Subhanallah walhamdulillah wallahu akbar.
Do you know, or have you ever wondered, what was the very last action our beloved Prophet ﷺ did before his death? Out of all the reports that have reached us, this Hadith of Bukhari clears this question, with al-Mu'mineen Aisha radiyallahu anha narrating the final moments of the Prophet ﷺ. She mentions that the Prophet ﷺ in his final moments was leaning against her, between her chest and neck. And the Prophet ﷺ was looking at her brother Abdul Rahman ibn Abi Bakr, who was using miswak. And when Aisha noticed this, she asked the Prophet ﷺ, "Would you like me to take it for you?" Rasulullah couldn't even speak out of pain, and he just nodded. Remember, this was literally minutes before his death, that Aisha took the miswak of Abdul Rahman and she asked the Prophet, "Do you want me to soften it for you?" And the Prophet nodded again. And she chewed the other side of the miswak to soften it. And then Nabi ﷺ brushed his teeth with miswak as well as he himself could do. And there was a water pot, a rakwa, available by his hand. He wiped his face with the water and said in a very mild voice, "La ilaha illallah, inna lil mawti sakarat." There is no deity but Allah, indeed death is full of agony. He said this while he was still using miswak. And as soon as he was over, he put his finger up and he said, "With those on whom you have bestowed your grace, the Anbiya was-Sadiqeen was-Shuhada was-Salihin. Ya Allah, forgive me, have mercy on me, and join me to the most exalted companionship up high." He repeated the last words thrice, and with this, his finger went down, and he achieved the companionship up high. So literally, what were his last actions? He used miswak, and he wiped his face, and he continued using miswak. Why? Tell me a single name of a person you know whose last wish was to brush his teeth. Brushing the teeth before death is of what use? He, Prophet ﷺ, also mentioned, "Inna lil mawti sakarat." Indeed, death is full of agony. He knew that this was his death. A few hours or maybe just minutes before, he called Fatima radiyallahu anha and mentioned to her that this day will be his last day. But he said this to her secretly, which Aisha radiyallahu anha came to know after his death. So the Prophet ﷺ knew he was dying. Literally his last wish was to use miswak. Why? What do we learn from this? What does it signify? It depicts the importance of this sunnah. Wouldn't the Prophet ﷺ predict that people would inquire that what were the last actions of the Prophet ﷺ after his death? It's obvious. Rasulullah wanted us to know that he passed away while miswak was still wet with his saliva. And with what words should we describe the blessings of miswak? What words more than this should we use to revive the sunnah of miswak? What words should we speak to make this ummah understand what benefits miswak contain? Miswak is purifying for the mouth and pleasing to the Lord. खाने की तहजीब तुमने किससे था सीखा, रसूल के तरीके को किताबों में भुला के। कितने मसलों पर फिरकों से झगड़े, आमाल ए सुन्नत की बहस नींद में सुला के। अताअत करो मेरे रसूल की, कहता रहा मेरा खुदा, खुदा को कैसे सुने हम मगरिबी कहकशा को रुला के।